Hello, I'm Josiah Burns.
According to the World Nuclear Association, the United States produces over 30% of the world's electricity using nuclear energy. With nuclear energy, the world could move from dwindling fossil fuels to a more dependable source of energy. Nuclear energy is more reliable than other alternatives to fossil fuels, is environmentally friendlier than the fuel currently in use, and is longer lasting than any other source of energy usable by man. Firstly, nuclear power, as stated earlier, produces a sizable amount of energy already. If more nuclear plants were added, electricity could be produced in a more efficient manner. Also, a nuclear option has proven to be more resilient than other forms of technology. In an article published by Nuclear Engineering International, Volume 65, in August 2020, Jeremy Gordon boasts of the capacity nuclear plants have for weathering less than optimal conditions for producing energy, claiming, "Our industry takes a lot of pride in its resilience, the ability of its power plants and operations teams to keep generating through adverse conditions that might take down lesser energy sources. This makes nuclear plants a more viable energy source than solar or wind in terms of resisting natural events and conditions." Finally, nuclear energy gives much more energy output than fossil fuels per percent, capable of outpacing petroleum in terms of production. All in all, nuclear power is already producing energy. The energy can be produced in more conditions than other sources, and it produces more than most energy in use. Secondly, nuclear energy is more environmentally friendly than current energy sources. With the ability to produce less waste over time, nuclear power is cleaner than means of gaining energy through oil or coal, cutting down on greenhouse gases in the atmosphere. It is also more efficient in producing energy than solar and wind. In an article published by Journal of Energy, Volume 2020, Kwame Gyamfi and his colleagues claim, "It is a solution for the main disadvantage of renewable energy, like solar energy or eolic energy, because the hours of sun or wind do not always coincide with the hours of more energy demand. This gives nuclear power an advantage in terms of predictable productivity over wind and solar productions." Finally, nuclear energy offers a quick solution to climate change. In an article published by Applied Sciences, Volume 10, in 2020, Pablo Fernandez Arias and his colleagues support the use of nuclear energy, claiming, "Nuclear energy is presented as a real option in the face of the current problem of climate change and the need to reduce CO2 emissions. This is based off the fact that nuclear plants produce less carbon dioxide than most energy. In the end, nuclear power is cleaner than current energy, more efficient than other clean sources, and is readily available as an alternative form of power. Lastly, nuclear power is longer lasting than any power on the planet. The continuous output of energy needs only upkeep of equipment costs are necessary in terms of acquiring energy, making the likelihood of running out or getting energy from other countries slim in the long run. Finally, nuclear reactors are continuous power sources, making the possibility of power failure slim. Thus, the more reactors put into use to power cities, the less worries there are for power failing events. At the end of the day, nuclear energy is long-lasting, its most major cost is equipment upkeep, and the odds of power failure is less than that of other energy sources. With all that being said, nuclear energy does come with its drawbacks. Critics of nuclear plants point out the harm reactors can cause when safety precautions are not put in place. Austin McCarthy, in an article in the Indonesian Journal of International and Comparative Law, Volume 6, published in April 2019, asserts, "Risks to people and the environment are a byproduct that coincides with the use of radioactive material to reap its useful application. This makes finding a way to dispose nuclear waste imperative if nuclear energy is to be viable. Solutions in the past have shown minimal results. According to an article published by Nuclear Engineering International, Volume 65, in August 2020, currently, the only accepted final safe disposition path for spent nuclear fuel and high-level waste ends with disposal in a geologic repository. This means containing nuclear waste has been the only solution for years. Thankfully, an alternative way of disposing nuclear waste is available. Priyatam Kishore and his colleagues wrote an article published in 2017 for the Journal of Radioanalytical and Nuclear Chemistry about clearing away waste with a fungus, claiming, "Biosorption is one of the most efficient, cheap, and green technologies for the separation and decontamination of toxic metal ions and environmental pollutants." If waste can be done away with by biological means, the risk of environmental damage is lower exceptionally. If you donate to research in biodegrading nuclear waste, it is possible that you could see nuclear plants producing the energy to power your phone in the future. In the end, biotechnology is certain to aid in the reduction of waste caused by nuclear plants. In conclusion, nuclear energy is a great alternative to current energy sources. It produces more energy than other sources, is cleaner than current sources of energy, and lasts longer than any other energy on the planet, making it essential in the future of energy growth. After all, as Eleanor Roosevelt once said, it takes as much energy to wish as it does to plan.